Anyway, here's Nirvana. Nirvana in Jacksonville, Florida. Welcome to the EIB Network. Hi.
Hi, Mr. Limbaugh. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you very much.
Hi. I was wanting to call and comment about one of the things about you had commented about feminazis and feminists before. I'm a conservative, but I've been classified often by others as a feminist. My mom is a liberal, very much feminist, and and in fact, she chose the career. She chose that path that the feminists were preaching at that time. Career. You don't have to have kids. But, she did have me, but. And when I decided to stay home with my kids, she was like, well, when are you going to get a real job? Now, mind you, I'm a former CV.
Wait. Hold on. Slow down just a second. I have a question. How old is your mother?
She's in her 50s.
Your mother's in her 50s, and so she's a feminazi feminist, but you're not. You're a modern feminist, right?
Well, that's how I see it. Because
okay, that's how you say it. You stay home with your kids, and your mother asks you, well, when are you going to get a job or go to work?
Get a real job, yeah.
Get a real job.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's just astounding. Your mother says that to you?
Right, and my point behind that is there's a lot of backlash between my generation and, say, my mother's generation saying, yay, we're glad you did that work, but you got to realize it isn't all about career. It's for the choice that we can do this because, like myself, I was sacrificed for the feminist movement of that time. I was left out in the wind in a lot of ways. And there was a daughter of a very pronounced feminist, and I can't remember her name, but she wrote an entire article saying, feminism is a lie, and that's what this generation is realizing is, we're not staying at home or, we don't want to sacrifice our children in something just because we want a career. No, it's not us being held down.
You know what? When your mother was growing up, it wasn't get out of the house and go get a job. It was get a career in business. If your mother's age, when she was just getting out of college or whatever, being a teacher, no. Don't do anything traditionally female. You go out and you go where men are and you do what men are doing. And right. That's what was one of the things that was wrong with that feminism. They didn't distinguish themselves. They wanted to go out and be just like men. Now, Nirvana, can I ask you, you said your mother's in her 50s. Are you around the age of 24?
I'm a little bit older than that, but I'm around that. Yes, sir.
Okay, but you're close to it, right?
No, at about 10 years.
You're 34.
Yes,
oh, okay.
Sir.
All right. Well, no, I'm just if you were 24, I was going to ask you if I scare you.
Oh, no, at first when I first started listening to you, but then, you made some valid points, after realizing,
But I did scare you at first?
Yes, sir, you did. But it was because, you challenged my views. I was raised, liberal, Democrat, and then you're going, saying all these opposite viewpoints. And then I was like,
right.
If I'm going to disagree with them, I at least need to understand why. So then I started listening to you, and I was like, holy smokes, you have a point. So I've definitely changed over.
Well, look, I'm glad you called. This is an interesting point because Nirvana here thinks that she's a feminist, but in her mother's eyes, she's letting the cause down by staying at home with her kids. Imagine that now. That's how firm or strong the hold was in the early days of the modern era. You got to go back to the late 60s or 70s to understand this. The modern era and when it began and what it was made up of. Now we've got a new category here, stay-at-home feminist, which I like. I like strong women, always have. I've never wanted a woman that wanted to be like me. Be a woman for crying out loud. Anyway, we'll go there. Dwindling time. Thank you, Nirvana.